afternoon and welcome to Live at 5 on WBON Channel 9, where every local story starts here. I'm Gwendolyn Morton. Well, a big retailer has passed on a spot in Berea, and a New York Times best-selling author visits EKU. But first, we've got some breaking news to bring you. An Amber Alert has just been issued out of Elizabethtown for a 16-year-old child. The child was last seen getting into a blue Lexus ES 350 with a white plate. The state is unknown on that plate. At the College View campus in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. The missing child is Julissa Lovick. She's 16, a female, black child with black hair, brown eyes, 5 foot 5 inches tall, weighing about 199 pounds. She was last seen wearing jeans, white shoes, a purple t-shirt, and a black jacket. And if you have any information, you're asked to call the Hardin County Sheriff's Office. That phone number is 270-737-4217. Again, that's an Amber Alert that was issued just literally right before we came on air. You can find out more. You can Google that Amber Alert as well to get more information. Well, an accident involving a semi-truck has left 2 victims injured. Earlier today, a semi-truck caught fire while going over a bridge on the border of Anderson and Woodford County. The vehicle then crashed, ending with the truck cab hanging over the side of the bridge with a driver and a passenger both inside, while the trailer remained upright on the bridge. The 2 passengers of that vehicle allegedly suffered burns and lacerations and were taken to the UK hospital. The wreck allegedly resulted in a small amount of diesel fuel ending up in the Kentucky River below. According to the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, that bridge is now open and safe for travel. Well, according to an article in the Berea Citizen, Berea had a very good chance of landing a Kroger store in town, but local dry laws were the deal breaker. According to the City of Berea Business and Tourism Development Director, Donna Angel, residents have been expressing interest in having a popular retailer open in Berea location, and officials from the Berea City Council Economic Development Committee have spent years lobbying Kroger representatives. But when a decision was announced, Angel said the company couldn't justify building a new store in Berea without alcohol sales. The difficulty attracting a major grocery store to Berea is just one example of how dry laws are impacting the local economy, Angel said. If the city were to go wet, she believes more businesses such as steakhouses and restaurants would seek opportunities in Berea. A Tourism Commission member, Richard Thomas, agrees, noting restaurant chains see a place like Berea as a bigger risk because without alcohol sales, the margin between success and failure is much smaller. One Richmond restaurateur is working to change county law in a way that would effectively remove the barrier that prevents grocery stores and restaurants from locating in Berea. Last August, Apollo Pizza co-owner Wesley Brown notified county officials of plans to submit a petition for a referendum that would legalize alcohol sales throughout Madison County, including Berea. So far, Brown has found support for his campaign, which he hopes will gain enough signatures to place a referendum on the ballot for the May 2023 primary. Well, we have another missing juvenile to tell you about. This one is out of Laurel County, supplied to us by Sheriff John Roof. Marissa Bruner, age 15, has been reported missing. She was last seen on Grimes Road. That's about 1 mile west of London, and she was last seen on the 9th of October at approximately 11:30 a.m. and has not been seen since. She's a black female, brown below the shoulder length hair. She's 5'7" with 150 pounds. Anyone who knows the whereabouts of the juvenile is asked to contact the Laurel County Sheriff's Office, 606-864-6600. Deputy Greg Pointer is the investigating officer. Again, Marissa Bruner, age 15, missing from London. Well, Ruta Sepetys is a #1 New York Times best-selling author and recently took time out of her schedule to appear at the John Crabb Library at Eastern Kentucky University. Prior to her speech, Sepetys spoke with WBON about her work, her influences, and upcoming projects. With the story, here's WBON TV's Gage Hill.
When looking at history, one can get overwhelmed with the amount of information available. With so many historical events that have taken place, it is easy for the stories of underrepresented societies to become overshadowed and unheard. That is where authors like Ruta Sepetys come in. Sepetys is an author of historical fiction, which utilizes real-life elements of history to tell a fictional story. The choice to write historical fiction stems from an experience Sepetys had while working in the music industry.
I had been working in the music business for 22 years, and I learned quickly when I was working in the music business that when the songwriters or recording artists that I was working with, when they put an element of their own story or a true story within their work, it was more authentic. It had more resonance. And so for 20 years, I was the woman who was asking all these rock stars, hey, what's your story? What's your story? Let's incorporate this into your work. And one day, one of the artists turned to me and said, okay, Sepetys, what's your story? Yeah. And the first thing out of my mouth was, oh, I'm Lithuanian. And the lead singer of the band said, I'm so sorry. How long have you had that? And I said, Lithuanian isn't an illness. He said, what is it? I said, Lithuania is a country. The atlases in his school, this was a while ago, but they were so old, Lithuania wasn't on a map. And he said, what does it mean to be Lithuanian? And it really got me thinking, what does it mean? And why is it the world doesn't know this story? So in truth, perhaps it was also an exploration initially of my own identity. And I decided I was going to write a book to represent these people. Never in a million years thought that this would become what it has, that my publisher would come to me and say, become an author full time. And that's what I do now. And I haven't looked back a day since.
Sepetys tells us that she has a list of over 20 ideas for future works, and that some of these ideas come from talking with students and educators at events, such as the one she participated in at Eastern Kentucky University.
And my last two novels, The Fountains of Silence, which is set in Madrid, Spain during the Franco dictatorship, that idea came out of a school visit. And I Must Betray You, my latest book that's set during the Romanian Revolution, it was a joint visit between a school and a group of teachers in training. And they said, boy, we'd love for you to write this book. And it takes a lot of research, 5 to 7 years for each. So I have to consider carefully what the topics are and who my collaborators can be, because, it's a slippery slope. What right do we have to history other than our own?
Ruta Sepetys is considered a crossover author, with her works being read by young and old readers. However, Sepetys believes that librarians and educators are in part responsible for guiding readers to stories like hers.
I am convinced that without teachers and librarians, young people would not find my books. I highly doubt that a student goes racing into a classroom or a library saying, quick, give me a book about the evacuation of East Prussia or something similar. No. The teachers and the librarians are the hidden heroes here. And when I received the invitation to come to EKU, I was so excited.
The best-selling author added that she has an upcoming collaboration with young adult author Steve Shankin, revolving around the teenage codebreakers in the Battle of Britain. For WBON Channel 9, I'm Gage Hill.
Thanks, Gage, for that story. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. We've got weather coming up next.
Hello, my name is John Tudor. For the past 8 years, I've had the privilege of serving as your 3rd District Magistrate. We have blacktopped more than 35 roadways in our district and made numerous bridge improvements. I have also worked to bring over 300 new good-paying jobs to the 3rd District. I am currently working to bring broadband internet to all areas of the county. This is not a political office. It is an office for all the people of this district. So November 8th, I ask for your vote and support to keep John Tudor Magistrate. This is John Tudor, and I approve this message.
Man Chrysler in Richmond is Truck Town, USA. New trucks, used trucks, little trucks, big trucks, short trucks, long trucks. Hey, that's not a truck. Work trucks and fancy trucks. Who says you can't get a truck? Come on down to Van Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Richmond for your best deal today. Trucktown, USA.
If you've dreamed of a job where you can help keep your family and community safe while planning for the future, then you need to check out the Fayette County Detention Center.
We're starting out $20 an hour. We have 8 paid holidays, 120 hours of sick time and vacation time a year. When you work a holiday, you actually make double pay. Our retirement is at 25 years. If you start out at 21, you'll be fully retired at 46, 25, fully retired at 50. Fayette County Detention Center is an amazing place to work.
I'm Michelle.
And I'm Jennifer, and in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Cub Cadet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see you.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
The Madison County Jail is a large responsibility. We all know the jail needs some serious changes, and we need former jailer Doug Thomas, with 27 years total experience, to turn things around. Doug served 8 years as your Madison County jailer.
This is Doug Thomas, reminding you that you do have a choice. This November, I'm asking you to place your trust in me again to run our jail system in a fair and judicious manner. Please consider me Doug Thomas on Election Day.
Experienced, proven, trusted, and respected at the jail, inside and out. This message paid for by the candidate.
Welcome back to Live at 5 on WBON Channel 9. I took a little drive at lunchtime today, and it is an absolute beauty out there. We've got meteorologist Susie Martin in the Weather Center. I'd like to see this weather stick around a little bit longer.
Thank you so much, Gwendolyn. A powerful cold front is going to be sweeping through the region, driving in some thunderstorm threats for tomorrow. So that's one of the big headlines that we're tracking, as there even is the potential for some stronger storms. But this front is also going to drive in a huge batch of dry and cool autumnal air. So we're going to feel the difference for the end of the week. It also dries us out as we return to a bright pattern. Now, as we look at tonight, though, quiet as can be, we have some clouds, though, increasing cloud cover. And note how temperatures level off in the mid-50s. So not as chilly as it has been, as we've been tracking milder temperatures out ahead of this frontal boundary. But behind the front, it is a lot colder, and out ahead of the front, that warmth will help to support the generation for thunderstorms, some of which may be a bit on the strong side. As we look at our severe weather potential, much of the Commonwealth is under a marginal risk for severe weather. That's a category 1 out of 5, which means that isolated severe weather events cannot be ruled out. Damaging winds primarily will be a concern, and at the minimum, maybe some rumbles of thunder and some heavy doses of rain for brief times. We see these storms primarily entering the equation here tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, so more of an overnight situation. And then once we head into tomorrow morning, that line of thunderstorms tracks out to the east and will dry things out here across the region. And of course, we'll be feeling the chill as well in the wake of that cold front. Lows tonight will get down into the 50s, 52 for Winchester. Tomorrow, we've got the storm threats building, so some showers later in the day will be a possibility. We've got Boonville at 77 degrees, Lancaster at 78. And watch the difference as we move into our Thursday. No longer nearing 80, instead in the 60s with a few lingering showers and storms possible. And get ready for some cold. This map is looking incredibly dark blue. That means a high likelihood of colder than average temperatures long range into next week. So we'll monitor that. We certainly see some significant temperature drops by Monday and Tuesday of next week with highs in the 50s. Back to you.
Thanks, Susie. And for weather all the time, you can find it on Channel 9 online. Check out our Facebook page and WBONTV.com. Well, if you are looking to go out tonight, enjoying this beautiful weather, they have that Kentucky Rising concert that is going on tonight. That's to help with flood victims. Just a couple of notes that you need to remember. The doors are opening here in just a few minutes. They open at 5:30 tonight. Show does begin at 7 p.m. There is a bag policy in place for the show tonight. One clear bag up to 1 gallon in size, or one small non-clear clutch, no bigger than 9 inches by 5 inches. This is also a cashless event. From parking all the way to concessions, only credit cards are going to be accepted. Again, this is the Chris Stapleton, Dwight Yoakam, Tyler Childers Kentucky Rising event. This is going, all of the proceeds tonight will be going to help flood victims in eastern Kentucky. It looks like it'll be absolutely a great time out there, a great concert. Good for you if you're going to make it out for that tonight. Well, time for some fall cleaning. The city of Berea has you covered. The city of Berea fall cleanup is coming the week of October the 17th through the 21st. This cleanup will coincide with the normal garbage pickup. Crews will pick up normal pickup truck-sized loads of bagged or dry boxed items. All compost material such as grass clippings or wood must be placed apart from the other waste items. Other items such as refrigerators, chairs, couches, carpeting, there will be additional fees for that. You'll have to schedule a time ahead to have that picked up. If you have any questions, you can call 877-288-2981. Looks like we have a couple of those fees up there on the screen for you, so you can kind of see what you can expect to pay for some of those other items that are a little bigger than what you would normally put out on your curb. Well, a controversial measure has passed the first reading in Winchester. The Clark County Commissioners voted 4-1 to allow earlier alcohol sales on Sundays. The new ordinance would change the starting sale time from 1 p.m., what it is now, to 11 a.m. The measure was supported by the Winchester-Clark County Chamber of Commerce to help local businesses. So again, that'll have another reading, but looks like that is on its way to possibly passing and making alcohol sales on Sunday a little bit earlier. With that, we're going to take another quick break. We've got more news. We've got sports coming up next. We've got soccer in sports today, right after this.
Madison County Sheriff Mike Coyle pledges to keep our community safe. Sheriff Coyle is currently in partnership with the Madison County school system and has recently employed 4 deputies as school resource officers to protect our most valuable commodity, our children. Under Sheriff Mike Coyle, the Madison County Sheriff's Office has received numerous honors, including being one of very few sheriff's offices accredited in Kentucky, meaning their professionalism, standards, training, and policies are all exemplary. Sheriff Coyle has received the coveted Sheriff of the Year award during his tenure.
This is Sheriff Mike Coyle. This sheriff's office serves everyone, Democrats, Republicans, and Independents. On November the 8th, vote to keep Mike Coyle your Madison County Sheriff.
Sheriff Coyle is passionate on his commitment to fight the drug epidemic in our community. His office has been honored and requested to partner with several federal and state agencies seeking help in cases. Mike Coyle is running on his character, morals, proven record, experience, and his dedication and vision for the office going into the future. Proceeding paid for by candidate.
At Fast Flow Plumbing, you aren't sending your money to Texas and Florida to the big corporate plumbing companies. We're local, and that allows us to invest in the latest technologies like Permaliner for no-dig sewer replacements, which we warranty for 20 years. Fast Flow is the future of plumbing. Don't destroy your landscaping and finished basement because a plumber tells you he has to replace your sewer. Keep your home beautiful. Call a local pro at Fast Flow.
Choose Mercy Health, Markham and Wallace Hospital for your health care. Consider having your preventative care such as a CT lung screening, a mammogram, or a colonoscopy at Markham and Wallace Hospital. You can feel safe to come to the hospital campus. Following CDC guidelines, our care team is doing everything possible to ensure your safety and well-being. For more information about Markham and Wallace Hospital, call 606-723-2115 or visit mercy.com.
Batteries Unlimited in Richmond can energize you when your batteries fade out. They can also cut and make most home and automobile keys, replace and program key fobs, and make copies of your house keys. Plus, cell phone screen repair. Bring in your Apple or Samsung today. We are your home for all batteries. Go see Chris at Batteries Unlimited, Commercial Drive in Richmond.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Welcome back to Live at 5 on WBON Channel 9. Well, we've got sports up next, and playoff soccer is here, and both Madison Central and Madison Southern boys and girls soccer teams are involved. Between games last night and tonight, regionals are officially underway. With more soccer news and a look ahead to Friday's football games, here's WBON TV's own Dawson Roll.
With fall sports season coming together for its final push in the next few weeks, some sports have already kicked off their postseasons. Included in those was our two local soccer teams. On both the boys and girls end of things, this week we'll start regional playoff games where it's win or go home. Last night, the boys soccer squads got things kicked off. Unfortunately, both Madison Central and Madison Southern faced tough season-ending losses last night. Starting with the district winners, Southern hosted a big home game against Lexington Catholic. The Knights came in as an underdog as the Eagles had a better record and higher RPI for the entire season. Even being the underdogs, the Eagles ended up losing 2-1 after a close game throughout. Hayden Jakubowski had a lone goal for Madison Southern. Although the Eagles' season came to an end, they made a statement this year that boys soccer runs through Madison Southern. Up I-75, the Indians had to load up the school buses as they were on the road to the first region game as the district losers this year. The bus ride took the Indians to our state's capital where they faced Frankfort High School. The game was going to be a tough one as the Panthers were just behind Madison Southern in the RPI rankings, showing their talent as a soccer team. Unfortunately, Madison Central had their season ended to the tune of a 2-0 game. The Indians just struggled to put together offense against the talented Panthers team, with the loss meant the season being over for all our Madison County soccer teams on the boys' side. Luckily for the girls' soccer teams, there's still hope for a postseason run. That run begins tonight as Madison Southern's women's soccer team hosts a home regional game against Franklin County, who is towards the bottom of the pack in the 11th region RPI. To add to that, they have a losing record where Southern has a winning record. The Lady Indians soccer team is also playing tonight at 6 o'clock. They travel to Lexington to play the Henry Clay Blue Devils, who are also under 500 for a team record. Madison Central has a winning record and 4 more total wins compared to the Blue Devils. The Lady Indians are coming off a district championship loss to their arch rival in Southern and are looking to make a run in the postseason. We will update you with the scores tomorrow. Looking ahead to Friday night, our Madison County teams all have big games. Berea has a very winnable game against Eminence High, who is coached by former offensive coordinator at Madison Central, Ryan Jones. A win could give Berea a chance at fighting for good playoff position. Madison Southern faces a 3-4 Westchester team that is very beatable. With only 2 games for the playoffs, the Eagles need both wins to even try and secure a home playoff game. This game will be very interesting as both teams are seemingly fighting for a big win. As for Madison Central, a big home district game against GRC awaits the Indians. A win for Central would guarantee them at least one home playoff game in November and would boost the RPI of the Indians. GRC got demolished by Bryan Station last week and now has to try and salvage their district by winning Friday. WBON TV will be there Friday night, Tomahawk Valley, for the big matchup. It's a big week of sports, so stay tuned all week for the latest news. For Channel 9, I'm Dawson Rule.
Thanks, Dawson, for that sports report. We're going to take another break, but don't go anywhere. We've got some news on the Interstate 75. There's going to be some closures right south of us in Rockcastle County tomorrow. You're going to make sure you want to know about this if you're going to be traveling in the area, coming up right after this break.
You may think the only way to pay for a nursing home is to spend down your life savings or sell your home. Elder Law Lexington can protect your home and life savings through a comprehensive plan so you can qualify for Medicaid. When there's a plan in place, you can rest assured knowing your estate is handled and your family is covered. Give them a call at 888-4-ELDER-LAW or go to elderlawlexington.com. Their Berea office is now open for your convenience.
Whether you're in the market for a brand new Chevrolet, you're looking for a pre-owned quality vehicle, or your family car is in need of service by our GM certified technician, Jack Burford has what you need. Come to Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond for all of your automotive needs. Family owned and operated since 1964, Jack Burford Chevrolet is your hometown Chevrolet dealership. Check us out at jackburford.com or come in and see us today. We are located on the EKU bypass across the street from Walmart.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Jerry Goebel in Richmond today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best margaritas and fajitas in town. Doesn't a huge 32-ounce ice-cold beer sound great? Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, we value our patient relationships, making it our priority to deliver the gentle, compassionate care that you deserve from a dentist. We offer patients single-visit restoration on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with CERAC. Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry is equipped to handle all your dental needs, from implants, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. For your next dental appointment and for more details on lip filler and Dysport specials, call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
Since opening in 1972, Citizens Guarantee Bank has been there to help our customers enhance their lives and achieve their dreams. With 7 locations across Central and Eastern Kentucky today, we are celebrating 50 years of being there for the communities we call home. Citizens Guarantee Bank is now CG Bank. New name, same commitment to being there for our neighbors. CG Bank, we've been there for that. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Live at 5 on WBON Channel 9, where every local story starts here. Got a closure to mention to you. The northbound Interstate I-75 off-ramp at exit 59 in Rockcastle County. That's going to be temporarily closed tomorrow as crews perform surveying operations. The ramp will be closed from about noon to about 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Motorists are going to have to detour via exit 62, that's Renfro Valley, onto US 25 and Kentucky 461, and then reconnect with US 25. So again, that's tomorrow, I-75 northbound Rockcastle County. Make sure you make a note of that. Well, speaking of I-75, a messy crash on I-75 on Saturday left the southbound lanes closed for several hours. A truck belonging to Jesus Feeds Kentucky carrying a load of yogurt rolled over, injuring a passenger and the organization's founder, Michael Young. The nonprofit organization feeds over 200 people every Tuesday and Friday and helps with food supplies for other organizations. The crash occurred after a tire blew out on the truck near the 123-mile marker. That crash remains under investigation. Well, 21-year-old Jalen Kavanaugh and 45-year-old Carisha Grieve were arrested Thursday and charged with criminal abuse in the second degree and failure to report child neglect. The two women worked at Tots Landing Learning Center in Lexington when, according to police, the women left a 1-year-old child with someone they had reason to believe had hurt the child and failed to report the suspected child abuse. Those two are no longer employees of the Child Care Center. With that, we're going to say goodbye for today. Thanks so much for joining us. It's been a great time together. We'll be right back here tomorrow at 5 p.m. for Live at 5. Have a wonderful afternoon. See you tomorrow.